Okay, friends, it's Wednesday. So for Bible today, you are actually going to watch Miss Carmen's Worship Wednesday video if you like. If you don't, then you can turn on some worship music and you can worship and you can dance or sing, whatever you want to do. So you'll find Miss Carmen's worship video on the website and on our website, and you can enjoy. All right, see you tomorrow. All right, we are back for week 6, Wednesday, lesson 151, and we are on page 301 and 302. So go ahead and get your math sheet out and get it ready. We've been talking about money this week, and we are going to continue with money. We've been subtracting it, but today we're actually going to talk about rounding it. And when we round something, we've just been rounding numbers. We would round them to the nearest 10, right? So when we round numbers, let's see if you can remember, to the nearest 10, what does that number always end in? Do you remember? A 0, right? So if I rounded 21, it would round to 20. So any number rounded to the nearest 10 is always going to end in a 0. Well, it's going to kind of work for the same, a little bit, not really the same way. It's going to work when we round money to the nearest dollar. Okay, we're rounding money to the nearest dollar. So look at this number, $6.70. Sam wanted a book and it cost $6.70. And he had $7. Did he have enough money to buy the book? Yes, because we know that $7 is more than $6.70, right? Now, if I rounded the book to the nearest dollar, the cost would be $7. If I rounded this to the nearest dollar, that means it would cost $7. Boys and girls, when I round something to the nearest dollar, I'm not going to have any cents. It's always going to be 0, 0 right here when I round to the nearest dollar. I have to decide if it's closer to $6 or if it's closer to $7, okay? So $6.70 is closer to $7, so this rounded to the nearest dollar would be $7. How do I know it's rounded to the nearest dollar? It doesn't have any cents, okay? Now, look right here. $8.58. $8.58. This amount is not rounded to the nearest dollar because it has cents. All right. When an amount is rounded to the nearest dollar, it has no cents. There's no change. All right. Now, what if I have this amount right here? Is this amount rounded to the nearest dollar? Yes, because there's zeros in the end, all right? There's zeros at the end. Now, what about this amount? Is this amount rounded to the nearest dollar? Nope, because it has cents at the end, right? Is this amount rounded to the nearest dollar? Yes, because it ends in 0. There's no cents, okay? Let's look at this one. Is this amount rounded to the nearest dollar? Nope. What about this one? Is this amount rounded to the nearest dollar? But Miss Penny, it ends in a 0. Yeah, it does. But this number is not a 0. Okay, this is 70 cents. Remember, it has to have 0 cents. 0, 0. So this number is not rounded to the nearest dollar. Last one. Is this number rounded to the nearest dollar? Yes, it is, because it ends in a 0. So what I want you to do is I want you to get out your math page 302. Page 302. And we're gonna go through this side together. You're gonna do the back by yourself, okay? So look at page 302. Number 1, write the number your teacher says. Remember, you can press pause, go get your paper, or press pause if I'm going too fast. Okay, number 1, I want you to write the amount $12.50. $12.50. B, 13,009. 13,009. C, 22,600. 22,600. And part D, 5.5. 5.5. Let's check. A, $12.50 should have looked like this. You get it right, put a check by it. If you miss it, circle it and fix it. B, 13,009. 13,009. 13,009. Okay, if I put my 9 here, then these are going to be zeros, and that makes 13,900. If it's just 13,009, it's just 9 ones. It's got to go all the way at the end. Letter C, 22,600. 22,600. And D was 5.5. You have a mixed number. 5 and 1/2. Okay? Look at number 2. This is going back to what we just learned about rounding to the nearest dollar. Color the bison brown that are standing under a rounded dollar. Which ones are rounded to the nearest dollar? Which bison or buffalo? Did you know I've seen buffalo like in real life, like that roam wildly, like not at a zoo? Miss Penny, we went to Oklahoma one time, my husband, Mr. Joey, and the boys and I, and we drove in this national, it's a wildlife preserve, and it's called, what's it called? Tall Prairie Wildlife Preserve, and it's just a prairie of just like grass and rolling hills, nothing, middle of nowhere in Oklahoma. And there were, it's the largest number of unmanaged buffalo or bison in the whole United States that roam. And like, just like you look out on the road and you see like cows in the pasture or whatever, these were buffaloes. But there weren't any fences. They were just like, you were just on this dirt road driving. They were just buffaloes, like just hanging out eating grass. Then they would like, it was like a 20-mile loop. It took us like 30 minutes to drive, or not 30 minutes, it took us like an hour and a half to drive through this, on these backcountry roads. And at one point they were like buffalo, and they were just sitting across the road, and we just had to stop and wait on them to move when they got ready to move. It was pretty cool. So anyway, that's my buffalo story. So which buffaloes were rounded to the nearest dollar? Should have colored the first buffalo and the last buffalo because they don't have any sense. All right, number 3, you're going to use your ruler to draw the lines, 3 inches and 8 centimeters. Number 4, I'm going to let you go back and do number 3 by yourself. Number 4, the perimeter of Yellowstone Lake is 141 miles. Write the perimeter for each shape. Remember, when we talk about the perimeter, we're talking about the distance around something. And so to find the perimeter, we add all the sides together. Okay, so you were going to add on number 4, on the first one, 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5. Okay, and the next one, 8 plus 8 plus 8. And then the last one, woo, you know what shape that is? It's an octagon, right? How many sides does an octagon have? 8. All right. So I'm going to let you go back and do that by yourself. At the bottom, you have some addition combinations to work. You can do that by yourself, and some multiplication and division for practice. All right. So So I'm gonna let you finish that, and then I want you to work on the page 301 by yourself. Have a grown-up check it. Make sure that you take your time and you are careful with your borrowing and your regrouping and your carrying your ones, okay? So take your time and make sure you also complete speed drill number 3 today. Speed drill number 3, you do not have to be timed on it, just complete it. And I will see you back tomorrow, okay? Good job. Hello, my friends. Welcome back. It is week 6, day 3. It is Wednesday, all right? And we are working on phonics lesson 152. And we are on workbook page 303 and 304. So you should see a golden eagle. Sorry, Miss Penny's phone is going off. You should see a golden eagle on your page, all right? So let's look at that page. Yesterday we talked about putting words in alphabetical order. Now, when we put words in alphabetical order, how we know which word is first or second or third or which word is next, we look at the first letter of the word. Do you remember that? How we underlined the first letter of the word and we went through our alphabet to see. Well, we're going to do the same thing today, but we're also going to build on that skill a little bit. So what I want you to do is I want you to look at number 1 on your paper, okay? Now, you have some birds that they have in Yellowstone National Park. Yellowstone National Park is on Miss Penny's bucket list of where she wants to go. But these are some birds that you might find there. They are trumpeter swan, golden eagle, osprey, and a wood duck, okay? Now, some of these birds have 2 names, like you have a first name and a last name, okay? They kind of have the same thing, like not just a swan, but a trumpeter swan. So when we're looking at these, we're just going to look at the first word of its name, okay? We're going to look at the first, if it has 2 words, we're going to look at the first word of its name, okay? So what I want you to do is go through and I want you to underline the first letter in the first word of its name. So you have T, G, O, and W. All right, so out of those letters, let's go through our alphabet and let's see which one would be first. T, G, O, and W. Well, let's look. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Oh, I got a G right here, golden eagle. So golden eagle is going to be number 1. Let's put a 1 in the blank. Okay. H, we'll keep going. H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O. We have an O here. So what are we going to put in this blank? A 2 because it's next. So we're at O and we got to keep going because we got to figure out T or W. O, P, Q, R, S, T. And we know that W would be last. So if I was putting them in order, it would be golden eagle, osprey, trumpeter swan, wood duck. Okay, do you see how I did that? All right, on number 2, you're going to do the same exact thing. You're going to do the same exact thing. I'm going to let you go back and finish that by yourself. Now, what if you have 3 words and they all start with the same letter? Okay. Oh my God, Miss Penny, what am I going to do? Well, let's look. I'm going to come up with 3. Well, hang on. And let's see, I'm trying to think of animals, but I'm not having a, I'm trying to think of another animal and I can't think of one. Let me do a different one. How about I just do the one that's on the page? All right, I'm sorry. Miss Penny is on the struggle bus today with this lesson. I'm just going to come up with 3 words. All right, so I have 3 words here. I have city, catch, I have 4 actually, coach, and cement. So normally, if I said, put these words in alphabetical order, well, you would go through and you would underline the first letter of every word. They all start with C. So is that letter going to help us put them in order? No, because they all start with the same letter. So then we have to move to the second letter. So let's underline the second letter. We have I, A, O, and E. Now, are those letters different? Yes. So we can look at the second letter and figure out which one would be first, second, third, or fourth. So let's look. Let's go to the second letter. So you have I, A, O, and E. Which letter's first in the alphabet? A. So you know catch is going to be first. All right. A, B, C, D, E. Oh, I've got E here. So that one's going to be second. F, G, H, I. There's I. That one's going to be third. And you know this one's going to be last. So when you have words that they all start with the same letter, you have to move to the next letter. So look at your paper on number 2. You have 3 types of birds. You have wren, woodpecker, and western meadowlark. All right. So which one? They all start with what letter? W. So you have to go to the second letter. They've put that letter in bold print for you. R, O, and E. Which one is first in the alphabet? A, B, C, D, E. So western meadowlark would be 1. And now we have O and R. So let's keep going. F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O. So which one's going to be next? Woodpecker. And then we have wren would be third. You're going to do the same thing on the next one. You have blue jay, bank swallow, and bufflehead, which is a kind of duck. So they all start with what letter? B. So you're going to have to go to the second letter of the word, and they've put that in bold print for you. L, A, and U. So figure out which one comes first, second, or third in the alphabet. Look at the next one. Number 3, you're going to color the bubble next to the word that would come first in the dictionary. So which one? Remember, a dictionary, the words are all in alphabetical order, because if they were just put in random order, you would never be able to find a word, because dictionaries are thick books. So that's why they put them in alphabetical order, so you can easily find what you're looking for. So you're going to find the word that would come first in alphabetical order, okay? Look at your dictation at the bottom. You can go back and do this at the end, or you can press pause and do it and then come back to me. But your dictation, I'm going to give you a sentence. This sentence has 2 compound words in it, okay? A compound word, remember, is 2 little words that we put together to make one big word, okay? Now, here is your sentence. We saw much wildlife in Yellowstone. We saw much wildlife in Yellowstone. So I'm going to write mine and we'll check it. We saw much wildlife. Ooh. In Yellowstone. In Yellowstone. So let's look at our sentence. Check your sentence with mine. We saw, I hope you got saw right, much wildlife. What kind of word is wildlife? Is it a compound word? Yes, circle that compound word. What 2 words make up wildlife? Well, wild, and life, right? In where? Yellowstone. Is Yellowstone a compound word? Yes, go ahead and circle it. Now notice, when we wrote Yellowstone, we gave it a capital Y. Okay, we gave it a capital Y because it's naming a proper noun. It's a specific park. It's not just any park, it's Yellowstone. So we're going to give it a capital letter there. All right, this is a what kind of sentence, do you know? A declarative sentence. It's just a telling sentence. It just gives a statement, okay? Very good. What I want you to do is you're going to go through, you're going to go back and finish this page 303 and go ahead and do page 304. You have some practice with some compound words, adding suffixes to the end of a word, and also some more ABC order stuff. And you have to write an interrogative sentence at the bottom of page 304. Do you remember what an interrogative sentence is? An interrogative sentence asks a question, okay? So on number 4, you're going to read about something about Yellowstone Park, and then you're going to have to come up with a question or an interrogative sentence about something that you read, okay? Good deal. Very good job today. We will continue tomorrow.